Hey Tinternet, welcome to another episode of Tint Stuff. I'm Matt, and today I'm going to show you how to tint one of those little sucky quarter windows that just aren't very fun to tint. Why they throw them on a lot of these cars, I don't know, but they use a rubber set seal, so they don't really give you anywhere to hardly tuck the film at all. They're usually one of the trickiest types of quarter windows to do. You have a little bit of area to tuck it, but most of your cuts need to be exact. The window needs to be as clean as possible. Now this car is an older car. You're going to run into these a lot, especially for you amateur guys. This is going to be something you really want to pay attention to. Okay, so you put your tint on the window with the liner side facing you, trim off your excess just to make it a little more manageable and easier to cut out. Now the factory edge of this tint lined up perfectly with this rubber seal, so you don't have to cut out that edge on this particular window. So you just want to tack it down, put out just a little bit of Olfa knife. He snapped his blade off here just to make sure it was nice and sharp, but you still want to keep only just a little bit of Olfa knife when you're making these cuts. He used his finger to press the tint up against the window to make sure that cut was as perfect as possible. Because that's one of the biggest things with these windows is just making sure your cuts are nice and clean and the inside of the window is clean as well. Rounding off the corners, these are very simple windows to cut out. There's not a lot to it, and Neil makes this window look incredibly easy to install as well. Now that he's got his pattern all cut out, he goes to the inside of the window, sprays it down. Now he puts out a lot more Olfa blade, and he's just cleaning out the inside of the window and also getting that rubber to stretch out and loosen up and pull away from the window just a little bit more. So when he tucks the film on the inside of the window, it'll slide into the seal just a little bit to cover up all those light gaps. He's using a yellow turbo to squeegee it off. He's also going to be using this Platinum Easy Reach to clean out and squeegee the seals as well. Make sure that seal is nice and loose, or as loose as possible. It's still going to appear to be pretty stiff, but as long as you spray it down and try and keep it as clean as possible as well. You can use paper towel to clean out those seals a little bit too to get some of the grit if they're extra dirty, but on this he didn't need to. Spray down your tint, spray it on the window again to make sure you got a nice amount of soap solution on it. Now he's starting a little bit lower on the window and he's going to tuck it into the window. Now he's also pressing against the window to get that window to loosen up from that seal a little bit and tuck in the film ever so slightly into that seal. Even though most of the edges are exact, there's still a very slight amount of overlap on that side with the factory edge, so he's pulling back the seal with his Platinum Easy Reach as well, getting that corner to lay in there. I apologize for the glare in this video. It's very difficult to film these without any glare at all. Pulling back the seal, getting all those little fingers and tint exactly where he wants it. Now from this point, he's got the tint in place and he's just going to take the yellow turbo and squeegee the window out. As you can see, it makes this window look very easy. It only took him a few minutes to actually tint this window. He's got the Platinum Easy Reach, and he is squeegeeing out those edges, making sure everything's tacked down and in place. And that's really all there is to it. It takes him just a few minutes to do these windows. They're really pretty painless, but if you don't have very much experience, they're going to be a lot more difficult. Now, we jump to the inside of the window, and as you can see, there are no light gaps whatsoever on this one. It turned out incredibly clean, and he just made it look like a real easy install. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to rate and subscribe if you haven't already. I do these videos once a week, so I'm going to have more quarter windows just like this. There's a lot of different kinds of quarter windows, too many to be covered in one video, and I just don't get them that often. They're usually the dot matrix quarter windows, so there'll be more of those down the road.